All right, hello guys. We're going to give a lesson on metrics. So in the United States, we are one of those wonderful states that do not use the metric system, meaning we don't use millimeters, centimeters, meters, anything like that. We use inches and yards and miles. The rest of the world uses the metric system. It is much easier than using our form of system where we have to use fractions and all that stuff to convert from one to the other. Instead, here we just have to move decimals, okay? So I'm gonna give you, this is a little young kiddish type of way of thinking about this, but I guarantee you it will stick in your mind, okay? So you gotta go with me on this, okay? So let's go ahead and start. All right, so here's our little town in Metric City. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little houses. You can see where we have one very tall house going down to one little small house. Let's start with this shape. So if you notice this shape, it looks like a staircase. On the other video that I'm going to be putting onto Google Classroom, I am going to have a video showing you what to do with this staircase, okay? So right now we're just watching, we're not going to be writing. This staircase helps you go up the stairs and down the stairs, which is what you're doing by moving your decimal when you're looking at your numbers. In the middle, we have meter, gram, and liter. Those are our distance, our mass, and our volume of something. So you can say you have 1 meter worth of chalk on the ground, or you have 1 gram worth of chocolate powder, or you have 1 liter of chocolate sauce, my favorite, okay? So those are just going from different types of measuring. Here in the middle, we're gonna call this little guy, his name is gonna be meter, okay? Meter's name is meter. His height is 1 meter. Fun facts, he wants to try skydiving one day. He is smack dab in the middle. Let's go down. His downstairs neighbor, or his neighbor next to him, which is smaller, is deci. Deci is 1/10 of a meter. She is secretly addicted to the Price is Right reruns, so she's constantly watching that all the time. If we were to put deci next to meter to look at their height, 10 decis fit next to 1 meter. Now let's go to her neighbor. Her neighbor's name is centi. Centi is 1/100th of a meter. And he has a really weird fact. His favorite word, he's afraid of words starting with the letter Q. Who knows? I don't know why. If we were to put centi next to meter, how many would we have? Hopefully in your mind right now, you thought of 100 of him. So there's 100 centis. Still we have 10. And then we have 1 meter. Let's go down next to his neighbor, which is the smallest one that we will use in this class, is little tiny Millie. Little Millie is so small, doesn't even have any arms or legs, so small. You can say he's terrified because he's the smallest on the block. Millie is 1/1000th of a meter. Fun fact, he's the yodel champion of the world. How many millis would there be next to 1 meter? Hopefully in your mind you came up with 1,000, and yes, there are 1,000 in that picture. Okay, now let's go the other way on the block. So let's go to meter's other neighbor, deca. Deca is 10 times the meter. His abbreviation spells a very bad word, D-A-M. How many meters would make up a decameter? Hopefully you came up with this. There are 10 meters. And if you look really, really, really close at your screen, you will see the teeny tiny little blue line of milli that is still there. Now, let's go to deca's neighbor. Deca's neighbor is hecto. Hecto is very, very, very large. Hecto is 100 times a meter. And when she approaches, all you hear is, oh, heck, it's hecto. She looks very mad, very mean. If we put her next to a meter, how many meters would make up 1 deca? Or hecto, I'm sorry. Okay, so notice we keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller with the other guys. Now, the biggest one on the block, you may have heard of him. You probably have. He looks like a stick of chewing gum that is very, very mean. Kilo. So this is where you would have kilometer, kilogram, kiloliter. Kilo is 1,000 of a meter. His nickname is Kilo the Killer because he's the largest on the block and he doesn't care who he smashes. He probably smashes Millie the most because Millie looks like a grain of sand and dust compared to him. So if we put all of these guys next to him, very, 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 very small. So hopefully, even though that's a little kiddish and a little childish, it does help you see and retain that information of the kilo, the hecto, deca, meter, deci, centi, and milli. Okay? So if you go down and to the right, your decimal is going to be moved down. If you're going to go up the neighborhood, your decimal is going to go up and to the left. Again, on the other video, I will be showing more details and more examples of this. So let's say we have an example here. We have 1 meter, and I'm asking you how many millimeters make up 1 meter? So what you should be asking yourself right now is, are we going to be going up the stairs or are we going to be going down the stairs? We're starting with M, which is in the middle, going all the way down to millimeter, which is mm. We're going to be going up the stairs or down the stairs? And we are going to go down the stairs. So we're going to put our 1 right there and put our decimal right there. Remember, decimals, 8th graders, are always at the end of our whole number. And we're going to move down. We're going to go all the way down to milli. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Now we move those decimals. Now we need to actually fill in the blanks. What do we fill those blanks in with? Zeros. So our answer is 1,000. So 1 meter equals 1,000 millimeters. Let's do it again. 7 meters equals how many decameters? So first thing you ask yourself, am I going to go up the stairs or am I going to go down the stairs? Let's put our 7 there. Let's put our decimal. Up or down the stairs? Hopefully you are saying up the stairs. We're going to go up. Do we have any blanks to fill in? No. So our correct answer is 0.7 decameters. Let's do it again. 75 centimeters equals how many hectometers? This one is a little different than the other ones where it has 2 digits, a 7 and a 5. The 5 is going to go on the centi, and the 7 is going to go on the deci. Notice it says decimeter, it doesn't say meter. Now, are we going to move our decimal up or down? We're going to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we need to fill in the blanks. So our answer is 0.0075. Okay? Those were examples. I suggest you pause and go back to look at the examples of how to move the decimal. Again, in the other video, I will be showing you while I'm drawing on the whiteboard. Okay? If you have any questions, make sure you do email me.